Hey there, guys. All right, today we are back with some more Vati, and we're watching another Bloodborne story. This time on Eileen the Crow, who we had seen in the previous Bloodborne story. I really enjoyed that last Vati video that I had watched, the other Bloodborne story, Prepare to Cry video. That one was so fucking good. So I'm hoping this one here is of the same quality. Before we dive in, make sure you go and check out the links in the description box below. Would love it if you join the Discord, follow me over at Twitch, and please do go check out the two gaming channels here on YouTube. One is for stream VODs, one is for edited content. All that said, let's fucking dive straight into this stuff.
When the beastly scourge crept into Yharnam, the people responded with the hunt. With iron and fire, the populace rallied to purify this city. They fought alongside the hunters, who were talented warriors properly.
I really love the design of that weapon. Like, that is such a... Whatever artist came up with that idea first of... It's so, like, I don't know, you see it in action, you're like, wow, of course someone would, like, that's such, like, a good... It's, like, such a good thing that you're like, wow, of course someone would come up with that idea. But then you're like, no one really had done it before, like, in terms of game design, I guess. Or at least not popularly. I don't know, it's just so... It just feels so obviously like a cool ass design that, like, why haven't we seen it more? I just love it. I just love it.
Is properly equipped to counter the beasts. Together, you would have thought that they'd stand a chance. Yet, when we arrive in Yharnam, something seems wrong. The hunt continues, but the populace has changed. The line between man and beast is blurred, and perhaps it was the bloodlust that the hunt inspired that further awakened that beast within man. The hunters become hated and feared, for they turned into the most terrible beasts. To prevent this from happening, there has always been a hunter of hunters, a hunter with the resolve to hunt former comrades who succumbed to their thirst for blood. Hunters of hunters dress as crows to suggest sky burial. I quote, "They hunt with the hope that former compatriots might be returned to the skies and find rest in a hunter's dream." Eileen is one of these hunters, and she was likely recruited when the hunter's workshop was still in its infancy. She wields the Blades of Mercy, forged with siderite, which is a rare mineral of the heavens. This weapon, and Gurman's burial blade, are the only weapons of their kind. They're masterpieces that defined the entire array of weapons crafted at the workshop. Eventually, the hunter's workshop was
That was a good transition there. Let's see that again.
crafted at the workshop. Eventually,
It's not quite a one-to-one, but, like, I still like it. I still like that. Looking at one wall and then transitioning to... I like those kind of transitions.
Eventually, the hunter's workshop was no longer needed, but Gurman went on to become a host of the hunter's dream and started to guide hunters into the waking world. Like us and many other hunters, Eileen visited the dream too. When a hunter of the dream dies in the waking world, their consciousness retreats to the hunter's dream. From here, it seems that they can set out and brave that night again. With the dream to sustain her, Eileen must have been a force to be reckoned with. Everyone needs something that they're good at, a skill, a talent. Eileen's skill was that she had the control to resist the intoxicating effects of the hunt and the ability to deal with hunters who were too far gone. When a hunter gave in to bloodlust, Eileen would swoop in and kill him or her before they could do any more damage. Her very unique hunts protected the other hunters from themselves, and she did this task until her age caught up with her, and even beyond that, because the Eileen we meet is very old indeed. But one day she stopped dreaming.
Over time, countless hunters have visited this dream. The graves here stand in their memory. It all seems so long ago now. Farewell, good hunter. May you find your worth in the waking world.
Oh yeah. Good thing we watched the Bloodborne story explained video from Vati. I don't remember anything though. I tried to follow along with it, but it was very hard to follow along.
No more dreams for me. This is my last chance.
So, like many other hunters before her, Eileen was freed from the dream. Gurman, host of the hunter's dream, granted her mercy. But did she go willingly, or did she simply outlive her usefulness? Whatever the case, we might never know. Eileen remains in Yharnam and continues her hunt, her purpose unfulfilled.
Oh, a hunter, are you? And an outsider? What a mess you've been caught up in. And tonight of all nights, prepare yourself for the worst. There are no humans left. They're all flesh-hungry beasts now.
Without the dream, Eileen's death is permanent, yet still she remains in Yharnam, proud, undeterred, and determined to hunt down every last hunter who poses a threat. But Eileen is one of the oldest characters we encounter, and without your help, she will perish in any assassination she attempts.
That wasn't necessary of you, but you have my thanks. We made it with our lives. You're not bad at all. You must have killed Gascoigne as well, then. He was falling apart, I'm sure it had to be done. But try to keep your hands clean. A hunter should hunt beasts. Leave the hunting of hunters to me.
Why'd you have to laugh? That makes me suspicious of you.
Her pride is untouched, and she continues to place herself in harm's way.
Oh,
Oh. Is that you again? I'm afraid I've made a bit of a blunder. I'm just going to have a short rest. Though, don't worry. I've taken blood. Enough to save an old woman. But that thing still lies in wait. Turn back. This is my score to settle.
Eileen
timing, the fucking weapon flick with her saying this is my score to settle. That's like kind of tropey, but like it's one of those like, even though it's a trope that's kind of like done a lot in sort of like action kind of or like like climactic moments like that. It's fucking good, dude. It's so good. I love that stuff. Hold on, let's watch that.
This is my score to settle.
Eileen's trail of assassinations eventually leads her to the most powerful hunter in the waking world. People call him the Bloody Crow of Canehurst, but to Eileen,
Oh, that's a good nickname, man. That's a good nickname.
he is likely a former comrade and possibly one of Gurman's first apprentices. Let's note 3 things about him. 1. He wears the crow feather set as Eileen does, suggesting that he is, or was, a hunter of hunters. 2. He has mastered the art of quickening and dashes about with extreme speed, and this art is particular to the first hunters of the workshop. Indeed, we tease this art from our hunter's remains.
Yo, imagine the Sekiro combat with that dashing, like this kind of like quickening or whatever the fuck. That'd be so fucking cool. That would be so.
Once, this hunter was likely an apprentice to Gurman, one of the first. Thirdly, the Bloody Crow uses the weapons and armor of Canehurst, which is a faraway land ruled by a queen who craves the blood of hunters. He drops the Blood Rapture rune, which resonates with servants of the queen. Whoever he is, he seems to no longer see a purpose in hunting beasts. He and Eileen are not so different in that respect. In fact, Eileen could just as easily find herself in his place if you don't aid her on her journey, and she does. She becomes almost like the townsfolk of Yharnam, who see nothing but evil when they look at another hunter.
The beasts cannot be stopped! What good hunters now? Your blood is mine! You monsters. All hunters must die.
But you do aid Eileen, and she doesn't lose herself. She lies here on the steps, bloodied and broken after her fight, to pass along her duty to another hunter.
Don't you ever listen to your elders.
Hmm.
No matter. You did save my life. I don't seem to be apt for this life anymore. My glory days were long ago now. I know. Here. For you. This too is hunter's work. But it bears no honour. A burden you may choose to carry. The decision is yours alone. Oh, my eyes grow heavy. Let me rest a while.
After all
Rip.
this, you should be questioning the hunt. Many characters do. Its purpose is, of course, to hunt beasts, but it was the hunt itself that further awakened the beasthood within man. It's unleashed the blood-crazed hunters upon the world, men and women who, individually, can do more damage than any mere animal. And when all is said and done, when you have painted Yharnam with the blood of its men and women who turned into beasts, who did you really kill for? Is it really mercy that Gurman shows to those who exit the dream? Or are we removed because we came too close to the truth? After all, once you wake, it's difficult to remember what you dreamed about.
Nothing became clearer. I'm still very confused on the story of Bloodborne. I mean, it's still a good video. I don't think that was as good as Guesscoin's video. Guesscoin's was really, really well made. This one was still good. Maybe I'm just not as interested in Eileen as I am as I just didn't like. There wasn't as much. I feel like there for Eileen, right? Hers is her story seems very kind of narrow, whereas Gascoigne had like a family, right? He had a wider circle of other things to connect him to. At least in my opinion, that's what it seems like. In terms of like a character sort of thing. But I hope you guys enjoyed this as well as I did. Remember to hit that like button and subscribe for more. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.